Hello and namaste. So today I just want to go over 2 or 3 positions that we can do for sciatica. So sciatica, if you have it, you know that it's not fun and it can be very painful sometimes. What causes sciatica actually is it can be sometimes you have weak muscles somewhere. Anytime you have some kind of inflammation in the body, anytime you have some pain in the body, it's an indication that something is kind of out of balance. So the sciatic nerve actually, it's going to be a sharp, almost knife or electric-like pain that actually is going to run down the back of the thigh and the leg. So a lot of movements are almost going to be impossible or extremely uncomfortable if you have this issue. And what can cause this, sometimes you may just have an imbalance as tight muscles in the back or tight muscles through the buttocks, or you might have tight muscles in the hamstrings or the quadriceps or just anywhere in your body. And what can happen sometimes is you might have the piriformis, which is actually going to be tighter, and that can actually press down on the nerve, which sends that shooting pain. Anytime you have shooting, razor type, knife type, sharp pain, it's usually an indication of a nerve. And nerve pain is going to go throughout the body. So for example, if you had just a localized pain, where you just felt it in one place in the back, for example, and you didn't feel it anywhere else, you could pretty much eliminate any nerve pain. Usually then it would be something with possible muscle pain, or maybe something with, especially if it's a lower back or something, it might be something with the discs in the vertebrae. But nerve pain is going to be felt throughout. So the sciatic nerve, if you do have this the tight piriformis, which is pressing down, it's going to press it, and you're going to feel that all the way down the leg. You might even feel it down into the feet, and this would go for any nerve pain anywhere. If you have a pinched nerve in the neck, for example, you might feel it all the way down into the hand. So the other reason why you might have this is you might actually have the spinal column might actually have like a protruding disc, which then can come out, and it actually presses then on the nerve roots in the spine, which causes the sciatica. So usually this is going to be bad also. It will be worse if you're coughing or sneezing, or even if you're just moving. And it will be that tingling kind of burning sensation. So you might also feel some weakness from this. So 3 really quick positions that we can do. These are pretty standard yoga positions or yoga asanas that we can do that is going to help. The first one is just going to be the simple cobra. So we'll start by lying on our belly as such. If you're uncomfortable in this position, you can go ahead, you can grab a blanket, you can place a blanket under your chest if that feels more comfortable. And we just want to, we can actually start in the lower position, so placing our head down on the floor, placing both hands to the side of our body, elbows firm onto the ground, and the palms of the hands flat. And you want your belly resting on the floor. You don't want your hips raised, so you really want to feel the hip bone down on the ground when you do this. And you want to relax the neck as much as possible. Just being aware that you don't have any tension throughout the body. And you're just going to inhale and bring it up. And we're just in a sphinx here right now. We're in the lower position, which this may be all that you need to do. And this is just going to kind of alleviate some of that pressure on that pinched nerve. We'll hold it here for 3 breaths. Nice, really deep in and out breaths. And on the third one, go ahead and exhale it back down.
And relax. And now the second time, we will go ahead and we'll go up all the way into Cobra. So for this, we're going to inhale,
Bring it up, and we're actually going to push onto the palm of our hands. So it's a little bit more flexibility that's required in the spine. And like I said, this may be already too intense and you can stick with the previous position. And you just want to make sure that you're lightly pressing on the ground, again, keeping the shoulders rolled back and down, being aware, making sure that there's no tension on the neck. If you do feel pain or tension or tightness or tingling anywhere, then just stop the position. There are two other positions that I'm going to go over, so you can take your pick of which posture is going to work best for you. And then exhale it, coming back down. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is going to be lying on the back position. So here we are in Apanasana. So this is just simple knees to chest. So we're going to be on our back here. And what we're doing is we're just kind of making a little bit more flexibility through the body in general. We're alleviating and creating some space, alleviating pain, creating space. And kind of allowing that, if you think of this little pinched nerve, right, in the back, and it just keeps pressing on it. So if we make some space, we kind of open it up, it's going to alleviate the tension that's around that. Tension is usually due to tight muscles, tight body. Okay, so let's move into our next one, the Apanasana. Just simple knees to chest. And again, if you are more comfortable having a little pillow or something under the lower back or even under the neck, you can go ahead and place a cushion or a blanket underneath the neck to support the neck a little bit. We're just going to hold this for 3 breaths. Just applying some very light pressure on your knees. This is also great for a back massage. It's also great to improve your posture, this position, especially if we roll back and forth, which I'm not going to do right now, but if you are looking to improve the posture, this will help immensely. 3 breaths, and we just bring ourselves back out of it. And the last one that I want to go over for Sciatica is the basic hamstring stretch, okay? And we can call this Supta Pardushtasana, but it essentially, you can grab your big toe, or if you are more comfortable, then you can just take it right behind the ankle or even behind the knee. And on an exhale, bring the leg down towards the forehead. And this should actually, these positions should actually feel better. They should help you feel better. And they shouldn't create additional pain. Like I said, if you are having additional pain in any one of these positions, then try a different position to see if that works for you a little bit better. And 3 breaths. And slightly let it go back down, and then always do the other side. We want to always make sure everything is balanced. So sometimes even we can pinch this nerve, for example, if we're at work and maybe we're sitting or standing too long, but maybe we're always standing on one leg. This is also a cause for frequent back issues in general. So we want to make sure that whatever we're doing in a balanced way, whether it's just a physical posture, whether like sitting or standing or anything in our life, that it is balanced, because once things start to get out of balance, they don't work anymore, and we see those either in our mental, emotional, or physical bodies. And bring up our leg, the left leg. Again, you can go ahead and take it by the big toe. And exhale, bring it down for 3 breaths.
You will notice if you experiment with this a little bit as well, taking it from the big toe is going to have a little slightly different effect than if you're actually taking it behind the ankles. So you can experiment and see which version you like best. For 3 breaths. And bring it back down. So those are just 3 different asanas that we can do, or positions that we can do if you do have a pinched sciatic nerve. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And namaste.